Perfect. So today I'm going to do a demo with your compressed charcoal and also your charcoal pencils and just how you can utilize those in your work. And the first thing you want to think of is the same things that we talked about for soft fine charcoal, where you want to break them into different size pieces so that you can actually use them for smaller, medium, and larger sized areas. And if you haven't used compressed charcoal before, get a blank piece of copy paper and you can start to play and see how, with a little more pressure, how you can create darker and darker values. Because what you want to remember with compressed charcoal is it's like a tattoo. It is so hard to lift the pigment. You also want to think about how you can create like very line quality by pressing down, pressing up to create visual interest in your work. So when you're describing like an organic object, you can really use like pressing down to create that beautiful line quality where the light hits something, the lighter line, and the shadow, the darker, thicker line. And then lastly, you're going to be able to use your charcoal pencils at this point as well. So this is a 4B soft and a 6B soft. And so you may just want to experiment with mark making with these pencils for within your work, and just how you can also blend them to create beautiful shadows and volume. So you can use hatching and cross hatching. All right, so let's go into the work. So what you're going to do is what we've continued to do throughout this course and talk about, and that's squint your eyes to find the darker values. And this is the moment where you can like really use the compressed charcoal to define and refine. So for example, like even in, you know, like this area here, I'm going to go ahead and use that compressed charcoal, and look how it creates that darker value. And then depending on the direction of what you're describing, you could lay your charcoal flat to get value, or you can do different mark making. Just remember not to lose the highlights either. And then keep squinting at your image as well. All right. Dark of your shadow. This is the time to use compressed. And I'm not a big fan of compressed charcoal. Like I am for just like popping out, like, you know, in design you want to think about 1 or 3 things. So I usually use it in like 3 different sections, and then I'll mostly use the soft fine. And also like I'm a huge fan of the charcoal pencils. So continue to create value and your deepest value with the compressed charcoal and with your charcoal pencils.